It's the boom industry for European and Asian tourism. Thousands of Australians each year take leisurely cruises down the mighty rivers, including the Danube and also the Rhine.
And look, here to tell us all about it is Bettridge, CEO for Uniworld Boutique River Cruises and River Cruises. And Ellen, I love the pictures. I haven't done it, but I love the pictures. You're here from LA, but they just look fantastic.
You know, it's an amazing experience. There's something about getting over to Europe. You get on these beautiful boutique hotels that are floating. You unpack once, and every day you wake up and it's a new adventure.
It's amazing, isn't it? And we're hearing so many more people taking on these cruises, whether it's, you know, a couple or families.
Yeah, you know, the trend is there of people traveling together. They're coming in packs. But a really cool trend we've seen, especially with our River Cruises brand, is we are seeing like mom and dad, maybe in their 50s, traveling with their 20-something-year-olds. I have a 20-something-year-old, and I'll tell you, she wants to travel when mom travels, because guess what? I pay for it.
Yeah, it's always
right?
about where you go.
Exactly, smart girl. So we are seeing a lot of families still traveling together. It's a great vacation because you know you're on board a ship, you know where they are, but at the same time, you can still have your own holiday.
What is the River brand?
So River Cruises is more kind of for the fun, the young at heart. It's very active, a little bit different of an experience, a little bit more immersive in the destination, spending a little bit more time overnight in some of the hot cities.
Okay.
We need to bring up coronavirus because we're hearing a lot about it in the news, but what are your thoughts?
You know, I think we're really fortunate. River Cruises, average ship is 130 passengers, so they're very small, so a little bit different for us than some of the larger cruise ships. We also, I think, we don't start sailing until the beginning of April. So we have a little bit of time in order to kind of assess the situation and see where it pans out.
Yeah, fingers crossed things will be a lot better by then as well.
Absolutely.
And river cruising, it's really taken on the ocean cruises for so long. I mean, we all grew up on a diet of Meryl Steubing and Julie McCoy and the Love Boat and Isaac and Gopher. But the river cruises are really not taken over, but the rise has been extraordinary.
The rise is extraordinary, but I love to think that we're taking over. But if you look at last year in Europe on the European rivers, 1.6 million people river cruised. That's it, 1.6 million. In ocean cruising, 28 million people ocean cruised. So I just want a little bit of those ocean cruisers to come over to river.
Come on over. And you're committed to sustainability as well, aren't you?
Absolutely. You know, Uniworld really was leading the way. Back in 2008, we actually put out a paper to say this is how we actually should act sustainably on the rivers. And we continue to have those practices. You know, we removed the plastic water bottles and the straws and the little plastic shampoo bottles years ago. And now it's, you know, our team together, we looked at what else can we do? We need to make sure we're taking care of the environment and taking care of the people that we visit and these beautiful cities and towns.
Some parts of the world won't travel for 2 hours because they think it's a long way. In Australia, we've got to travel. We have to travel long distances, even in our own country. So we're happy to go across the other side of the world. And we're a big market for companies like yours.
You absolutely are. You know, Australia's my second largest source market. We love the Australians because they come over. They don't just go on one cruise. They'll go 1, 2, and even 3.
Are they the loudest?
They are. Sometimes. They definitely have the most fun. You definitely know when they're on board. And they definitely have the most fun. And it's we just absolutely love the Australian market. They love to travel. They're adventurous. They're resilient. And they just get out there and have a lot of fun.
Because it's a pretty easy flight from here to LA. It's one stop for many people in Australia, and then you don't have to get on a plane again because there's so many people that actually don't like flying. So this is a perfect holiday.
It is the perfect holiday. It's absolutely wonderful.
What are some of the hot destinations?
You know, for Australians right now, what's very hot is Portugal. And we're excited because in 2020 we have a new ship launching in Portugal, almost already sold out, but Australians love it, so I think 2021 will be another big pickup for it. The other hot destination right now is Egypt. So we saw in North America, we saw a big pickup in Egypt, and now just this year we're now starting to see that with the UK market and the Australian market. So it is definitely should be on everyone's bucket list if they haven't been there.
Because we always talk about people are spending money on experiences now, aren't they?
Right.
The materialistic things. So,
absolutely.
You know, it's one of those things that will last in your mind and memories forever.
Yeah.
So if someone's waking up anywhere in Australia, how does their trip work? So they get on a plane, land. How many places do you leave from?
So how many places do we leave from? So we have...
I suppose that's a tough question.
That's a tough question. We have 20 different ships.
Okay.
Right, so we're all over Europe. We're in Asia, we're in Africa. So they would land, say they were arriving into Amsterdam. They would arrive, there'd be someone there from Uniworld who would pick them up at the airport, get them off to the ship. They would board the ship, immediately be welcomed on board with fresh flowers, beautiful food, incredible ambiance. The team would then get them all settled on board. And then every day they would be sailing into somewhere else and experiencing something new. And the best part is their vacation. So every morning when they wake up, they decide what they're going to do. So if they want to go bicycling or go hiking, they could do that. They want to go off to a cooking class or they want to head off to a museum. It all depends on what they want to do on their vacation. And it's an all-inclusive experience. So everything's included. So all of your drinks, all of your excursions, all of your gratuities. So.
Oh, you've sold it to me. Well, the weekend edition on the Danube. It's got a nice ring.
Come join us.
A lot of research that we have to put into that. We might have to go for a few months. But how can we find the information?
You can go on to uniworld.com.au to learn more, but you can also visit your travel advisors.
Fantastic.
Safe travels back to the States, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.